Hi, welcome to this YouTube channel. My name's Rham, and I'm sharing every Monday and every Thursday. And welcome to our practice today. We're going to start in Vajrasana on our mats. So gathering all of your stuff, and let's meet here. So here we are in Vajrasana, taking a moment to widen our sit bones apart so that each sit bone, the inner sit bone, is connecting with the heel and the anal mouth is broad. Rolling our front shoulders back with our hands. And as we roll them back, see if you can feel the skin on the chest stretching. And press the shoulder blades down and forward. So roll the front shoulders back and press the shoulder blades down and forward. New space. And then go ahead and rest the backs of the hands on the fronts of the thighs. Elbows back, the face is soft, closing the eyelids. And coming into the noticing of breath. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Finding our rhythm today, our count. Turning all of the senses into the breath. Not just the count of the breath, but the color of the breath, the taste of the breath, the sound of the breath. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, pacifying exhalations. And then lifting the hands up and pressing the palms together in front of the sternum plate. Re-rolling the front shoulders back, finding the shoulder blades, pressing them down and moving them forward. Filling that sternum plate area with the inhale and keeping it lifted and blossoming as we exhale. Each breath cycle bringing more and more life to the sternum plate. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, pacifying exhalations. And then opening the practice together with one Om. Inhale. Om. And then gently releasing the hands. And opening the eyelids. Okay, let's get ready to start. Before we begin, let's just take 2 blocks and have them on the side handy for us. One on each side of the mat will be perfect. And we're going to start in Vajrasana, but with the toes turned under. And as you sit back on your heels, make sure that the big toes are touching. So you might have to reach back and spread the big toe and the index toe apart so that when you sit down, you're going to feel a contact pressure point. You're going to directionalize down right between the big toe and the index toe. So getting that and pressing the weight into it so you can really feel that particular emphasis. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. And now bringing the hands behind the back and with the right hand holding the left wrist, like this. Lifting the hands up a little bit away from the back so they're not touching. Okay, we're going to roll the front shoulders back and press the shoulder blades down and forward actively. Here we go. And then releasing. And again, roll the front shoulders back, press the shoulder blades down and forward. And releasing that movement. One more time. Roll the front shoulders back, press the shoulder blades down and forward. And then exhale and release. Changing sides. Wait, if you need a little break from your toes, just come up, wiggle them around, reposition them, and come back down. All right, changing side with the arms. So the left hand is now going to hold the right wrist, and we're doing that 3 times. So here we go. Front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. Feel that. And release. And again, really exaggerating that movement, exploring its fullest potential, and release. One last time, front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. And exhale and releasing. Coming off the feet and finding Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spreading the palms, spreading the fingers widely, lining the knees up with the hands. Turning the toes under and coming to Adho Mukha Svanasana, but keeping the knees bent.
Now looking at your feet, lift the heels up as high as possible. So again, you're stretching the roots of the toes, connecting between the big toe and the index toe as you lift the heels up high. And now travel to the buttocks and lift the buttocks to the sky like they're flying up to the sky, but keep the knees bent. So it has to come from a different place. You're not lifting the buttocks by straightening the legs. You're keeping the knees bent and finding how that lightness can come to the buttock area by integrating the upper back, by finding the shoulder blades and pressing them down and in, down and in. Feel the new stretch in the arms and the armpit area. Soft, smooth inhalation, soft, smooth exhalations. Now, keeping an eye on the shoulder blade area, pressing it down the back towards the hips and in towards the front body. We're going to slowly straighten the legs, and the moment you feel that the shoulder blades might be kind of popping out again, stop, reintegrate, and then continue to straighten the legs. Stop, reintegrate, continue to straighten the legs. That's it. Exploring that until finally the legs are straight, squeezing the inner knee to the outer knee to the inner knee. Now relax the neck and head. And 3, and 2, and 1. Stepping the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Rolling this back thigh in so the knee is facing the ground. And resting the knee to the mat, and then moving the knee back so that you're coming to rest more on the front thigh than the actual kneecap, and being on the top of the foot. Coming down to the forearms. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations, deepening into that front right groin. Encouraging the buttocks to move towards the earth. Not lifting up to the sky here, but pressing down. And now let's activate the pose. Turn the back toes under. And charge the back leg. Straighten it completely. Push a bolt of energy from the hips down the length of that leg, out through the inner heel. Squeeze the inner knee. And then back down. Sink the groin even deeper. And then charge the back leg again. Check that your inner knee is completely squeezed tight. A good indicator of the whole leg in general. And then back down. Sink the right groin more deeply to the earth. One last time. Charging the back leg. And 3, and 2, and 1. Knee to the ground. Coming back up. And releasing, changing sides. Left leg forward, nice wide lunge. Resting the back knee on the ground, making sure the thigh is rolling in so the hips are really forward. And then moving that knee back, getting as much length as you can there, being on the top of the foot. Breathing, feeling, seeing if you could come down to the forearms. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Greeting the left groin as it opens, deepening it. Visualizing the breath like some
magical elixir, some oil spreading through right into the tiny crevices, opening, lubricating, freeing. And now let's activate the pose, turning the back toes under. And with an exhale, charge and straighten the back leg. And now try to deepen the groin whilst charging the back leg. And then releasing the knee to the ground. And bring the buttock, the left buttock, even closer to the ground. And now recharge the back leg. Squeeze that back inner knee. And then bring the knee back down and sink the left groin even more deeply downwards. And third and last time, charging the back leg. Wrap the muscles around the femur bones. Squeeze the inner knee to the outer knee. Push out through the inner heel. And exhale, coming back down. One last deepening of the groin. And releasing. And coming back to Adho Mukha Svanasana with bent knees.
Looking at the feet, spread the big toe away from the index toe. And then lift the heels up high and press down between the big toes and the index toes. Lifting the heels up as high as possible. Allowing that lightness, that risingness to come to the buttocks. And finding the sensitivity of the shoulder blades, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade. Igniting intelligence in that area. How can we push the shoulder blades down to the hips and press them in simultaneously as the arms stretch? And afterwards, can we inhabit the new spaces with the breath? These spaces that are opening up from this action, the armpit, the tricep, can we then fill with prana on both the right side and the left side? And exhale and releasing and coming back down. And coming to sit. Okay, padmasana or ardha padmasana, depending on your hips, your knees, your feet. So starting with the right leg, it helps to move the calf out of the way, bringing it nice and high so that as much as possible the kneecap is facing forward. And now the left, if possible, otherwise you'd keep that foot underneath the knee. And here we are in Padmasana. Gomukhasana in Padmasana. Gomukhasana arms. So we're going to start just with the action of the bottom arm. It's going to be the right arm first. We're going to bring the right arm behind us. And then the left arm is going to come around and help. It's going to take the forearm first and help the elbow to bend and help to move the hand so it's as much as possible between the shoulder blades. The the fingers pointing up and the elbow pointing down. Then that left hand is going to reach across and try to grab the elbow. And grabbing the elbow, it's going to bring it in as close as possible. So we have a whole new sensation here, tightening in that elbow. And now, front shoulders back and shoulder blades down. And then in. And release that action. And again, front shoulders back and shoulder blades down and in. And release that action one more time. Front shoulders back and shoulder blades down and in. The hand can press the dorsal spine forward to help the action of the shoulder blades going forward. The sternum getting new space there. And 2 and 1. Exhaling. And releasing. Changing our Padmasana. Left leg into Padmasana. And then if possible, the right. And left arm around to the bottom half of Gomukhasana. So the left hand comes behind, the right hand comes behind to aid it. Taking the forearm
and moving it as much as possible. And then it goes further, it tries to take the elbow, to pull the elbow in, and the hand and the fingers climb higher. The elbow tip is facing as much as possible down to the ground. Relax the throat. Okay, let's do the action of the front shoulders and the shoulder blades. So here we go. Front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. And release. And again, front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. And release. One more time. Front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. Let the hand press the dorsal spine forward. 2. Breathe into the space of the sternum opening. And 2. And 1. Exhale. And releasing. Changing our padmasana. Right leg back into padmasana. We're going to look at the top arm now of Gomukhasana. And left leg if possible. All right, just doing the top arm. So we're going to be working with the right arm first, lifting the right arm, bending the elbow and touching the shoulder. Okay, keeping it like that. Take the left hand and hold the tricep area, and you want to roll the upper arm from the outside to the inside. So roll it. That's it. Keep rolling it. One more time. Roll it. Okay, keeping that roll, lift the elbow up, slide the hand down as if it was meeting the other hand behind the back, and try to keep that roll. Don't let it turn from the inside to the out. Keep the outside to the in action happening. The arm is by the side of the head, the elbow tip to the sky. That's it, just holding that, noticing if it unrolls. And 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back out, changing sides. Left leg into padmasana. And then the right leg. So we're working with the left arm, lifting the left arm up. Bending the elbow, touching the shoulder. Using the right hand to bring more sensation to this area. Holding the tricep and rotating from the outside in a few times so that you're really feeling that corkscrew, that spiral there. Okay, holding that and lifting up. Trying to keep that particular spiral, the hand moving down towards the middle of the back, and then re-spiral the arm, don't let it twist out. The arm is by the side of the head, the elbow tip to the sky. Keep spiraling that upper arm, don't let it twist from the inside to the out and come out to the side, outside, in and back. And 3, and 2, and 1. Exhale and releasing. Coming out of Padmasana and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, this time straight into it, straight legs, but lifted heels. So spreading the palms, the fingers, finding Adho Mukha Svanasana. Looking at the feet, connecting that area between the big toe and the index toe, broadening that space, lifting the arches of the feet, and now lifting the heels up even higher, so you're stretching the roots of the toes. And now lifting the lower buttocks up even higher, and finding the shoulder blades and pressing them down to the hips and in, forward to the chest. Let the neck and brain hang completely. Let all of the external senses of perception on the face be quiet. The inner world alive and rich. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. And now stepping the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Resting the back knee onto the ground, bringing our blocks in and placing the right foot on the block. Hands on the inside for support. Move the left knee back as much as possible and then be on the top of that back foot. Deepening this groin, this front groin. You can put your right hand here and roll it back. And then encircle the root of your thigh, just with sensation from the outside. And imagine it all sharpening to a point inside, and you're sucking the head of that femur bone, deepening it into the hips. Okay, coming down onto our forearms and keeping that penetration of the front head of the femur bone, deepening into the hips as you come down. Keep pressing the buttocks down. And then coming back up and releasing to change sides. So block here, left leg forward onto the block. Let me move it forward a little bit. Hands on the inside and move that right knee back. Keep pressing the buttocks down, resting on the top of that foot. Putting the hand on the left groin, deepening it. And then using the hand to generate more sensation in the root of the thigh. Imagining all of that top head of the femur bone coming into the hip socket, being pulled in. Plugging in and keeping that visualization in mind as we come onto the forearms. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Keep deepening. Deepening. And then releasing and coming back out and being back in our toe stretching Vajrasana. So reaching for our big toes, making sure they're connected, that there's a space between the big toe and the index toe before we come down and sit on the heels. The heels nice and high, feeling the roots of the toes. Full Gomukhasana with the arms. So we're going to start with the right arm behind us. The left arm is coming in to help it. Finding the forearm, it pulls it in, helps it gently. Moves the hand as needed. And then it tries to reach the elbow and to pull the elbow closer, directionalizing the hand upwards. As we release the hand, try to hold that elbow in. Now left arm in front, bend, hold the shoulder. Spiral the upper arm from the outside to the inside, lifting the arm up, keeping it close to the side of the face, adjusting the hand. Now the bottom hand is pulling down. So the right hand is pulling down. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Keep the right hand pulling down. And 3, and 2, and 1. Exhaling and releasing. Giving a little break to the feet. Coming back, lining up the big toes, pressing down between the index toe and the big toe as we take a seat on our heels. Gomukhasana on the other side. So the left arm is coming round to the back, the right hand is doing the helping. And then it's reaching across to find the elbow, and it's pulling the elbow closer and pointing it down to the earth. As it releases, holding that. Right arm in front, bend the elbow, take hold of the shoulder, spiral the upper arm so it comes from the outside in, lifting up, elbow tip to the sky. Finding the hands, now it's the left hand that's doing the pulling downwards. Left hand doing the pulling downwards. Keep spiraling that upper arm in the right way from the outside in. Left hand pulling the top hand downwards. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Feeling new space. And 3. And 2. And 1. Exhale. And releasing. And undoing the feet. Okay, coming to sit on the mat. Double pigeon, opening up into our sacroiliac hip area. So this bottom leg, the left leg, is parallel to the front of the mat. Right leg coming up, aiming to get right on top of the inner knee, if possible, and taking whatever blankets and supports you might need to help the knee feel supported. As we come forward, we're pushing through the balls of the feet and we're recreating that space between the big toe and the index toe. Now on the upper arms, spiral the outer arm inwards. Spiral the outer arm inwards so that the whole time the eyes of the elbows stay facing the sky. Keep spiraling the arms. Broadening the hips. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. And find the shoulder blades and move them down and slightly in. The forearms lifting. The shoulder blades moving down and pressing in. The elbows lifting. One more time. The shoulder blades moving down and in. The armpits opening. And then coming back up. And changing sides. Right leg underneath. Shin is parallel to the front of the mat. Left foot on top of the inner knee. Finding that space between the big toe and the index toe. Pushing into that. Forward. Inhale and exhale, coming to the Yoga Mudrasana action. And as we come down, being conscious of the spiral of the arms, recreating that over and over again. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, pacifying exhalations. The eyes of the elbows turning up to the sky. Finding the shoulder blades and exploring what it means to move both of them down the back and in. The forearms lifting. The shoulder blades moving down the back and forward. The elbows lifting. One more time, the shoulder blades moving down the back and forward. The armpit space changing. And 2. And 1. Coming back up. And exhaling. And releasing. Okay, let's take it up to standing. You can move these blocks to each side of the mat in case you want to use them in your standing poses. And let's start straight from Tadasana. Front shoulders rolling back, shoulder blades moving down and forward. Preparing to jump or step, the feet nice and widely apart. Turning the toes in and the heels slightly out. Lifting the inner arches, lifting the inner ankles and pushing into the outside edges of the feet. Okay, turning the hands so the palms face up and rolling the front shoulders back and pressing the shoulder blades down and forward. And then turning the hands back in. And again, turning palms up, front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. Stretch those arms, extend. and release, palms back in. One more time. Turning, front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and in. Stretch the arms. And now we're going to turn to the right, keeping the palms lifted, all of those actions in place. Turning to the right for our first Utthita Trikonasana. Keep rolling the front shoulders back, pressing the shoulder blades down and forward, stretching the arms. Inhale. Exhale, reaching to the right, keep reaching. Moving the back hip away from you. Reaching, gripping the legs, the roots of the thighs firm. And then placing the hand where it lands or on the block and stretching this top arm to the sky with the palm facing back. So we're spiraling that upper arm from the outside to the inside. Scooping it, spiraling it. Looking up, keep spiraling, scooping it. And 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back up. Staying here in the middle for a second to re-roll the front shoulders back. Find the shoulder blades, press them down and forward. Stretch the arms again in that new way and turning to the left. Gripping the legs, preparing. Inhale and exhale, reaching to the left. Really reaching, moving the back hip back as you reach to the left. Spiraling. Coming down, placing the hand and lifting this arm up, keeping that spiral in the upper arm. From the outside to the in. Over and over again, stretching out, outside in. Grip the roots of the thighs. Find the shoulder blades, press them down and forward. And 3, and 2, and 1. Inhaling up. Turning the feet back in. Re-roll the front shoulders back, find the shoulder blades, press them down and forward, stretch the arms. And then turn the palms in. And jump the feet together. Tadasana. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Okay, Parshvakonasana. And jump. Turning the palms open, rolling the front shoulders back, and pressing the shoulder blades down and forward. To the right first. Keep that action, but just bend the back arm and hold the hip. Keep the front shoulder moving back, so the elbow is moving back. Use the fingertips on the front of this left hip bone to pull so that the trunk is twisting to the left, away from the front leg. That's it. Keep this hand on the hip, turn the head to look to the right. So different angles. The trunk is twisting back, the head is turning forward, roots of the thighs firm, shoulder blades moving down and in. Inhale, exhale. Keep those actions. Check with your eyes the front inner knee. Don't let it come in. Coming right down. Now reach. Really reach. Keep reaching. And now just place the forearm on that right leg and move the inner knee back. And as you move the inner knee back, twist the trunk to the left more and more. Twisting, turning. That's it. Now extend the arm diagonally away. Turn the arm, front shoulder rolling back, shoulder blade down the back, penetrating and lifting the arm up. That's it. Feeling that, keep spiraling the arm. And 2, and 1. Coming back down. Turn the palm, coming up diagonally. And 3, and 2, and 1. Coming down. And now bending the elbow, hand to the shoulder. Spiral from the outside in. Lift the arm up. Extend and turn the head. And 3, and 2, and 1. Inhaling up. And back to the middle. Give your arms a little break. Breathe. New awareness is happening. And now let's lift the arms up and come for the other side. So first, turning the palms, spiraling, front shoulders back, shoulder blades down and forward. Stretch the arms. Turning to the left. Now bending this back arm, putting it on the hips and using the fingertips on the front right hip bone to pull back so that the trunk starts spiraling backwards away from the front arm. More and more. And then the head turns to look over the front arm without losing that spiral. Inhale and exhale. Begin to make that square. And as you come down, check with your eyes to see that the inner knee is moving to the outer knee. Keep spiraling this front arm. And now reaching. Keep reaching, spiraling that front arm, reaching, getting length. And then forearm to the knee and push with your forearm to move the inner knee back. And use that as a traction point to spiral the trunk to the sky. Spiraling, squeezing the back inner knee, spiraling. Each exhale, spiraling. And now extend the arm diagonally, the top arm. Turn the palm, spiral the arm, front shoulder back, shoulder blades down and in. Lift the arm up. And 3, and 2, keep spiraling the arm. And 1. The arm back down, turn the palm in, diagonalize, lift. And 3, make that experience. And 2, and 1. Coming back down, bending the elbow, holding the shoulder, turning from the outside to the in, the upper arm, lifting up, keeping that spiral. And then extending the elbow, the arm, straightening the elbow and turning the head. And 3, and 2, and 1. Coming out, all the way back up, turning the feet in. And jumping the feet together, Tadasana. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And coming back to our mats. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Where's my other block? Oh, here we go. We're going to need it just a little bit. Knees bent, heels lifted, big toe and index toe spread. Stretching the arms, spiraling the arms, vibrancy in the shoulder blades, directionalizing them. And now straightening the legs, keeping the shoulder blades moving down and in, down and in. The upper arms spiraling away from each other. And now stepping the right leg forward to a wide lunge, taking the block and placing it like this. We're going to move this right foot across and come and sit on the block. The back thigh is rolling in over and over again. Turn it, spiral it inwards. Then rest on the top of the foot and come down to the forearms. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. The face completely passive. The third eye right between the eyebrows. Absolutely uncreased, the entire forehead broad, smooth. Keep rolling the back thigh in and moving the outer right hip back. See if you can come down a little bit lower. Yoga Mudrasana action. And then coming back up and changing sides. Left leg forward. Having the block, moving it a little bit to the left. Moving this left foot across so that the shin stays parallel to the front edge of the mat. Sitting on the block and rolling that back thigh in, overturning it, resting on the top of the foot. And then coming onto our forearms. Regulating the breath, Ujjayi 1 breath. Each breath helping us to penetrate more deeply into the nugget of the pose, receiving the pose. Seeing if we could come lower or not. Either way, soft, smooth inhalations, soft, pacifying exhalations. The back thigh rolling in. And then back out. And Adho Mukha Svanasana. This time straight legs, pressing between the big toe and the index toe, lifting the heels, the buttocks flying up to the sky. The shoulder blades going down and in. And as a result, the armpit chest really starting to come into existence, to be felt in a myriad of new sensitive ways. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. And then exhale and releasing and coming down. Having the block, you might need it for the next pose, maybe not. Yoga Mudrasana, Gomukhasan 3. So coming onto the hands and knees and crossing the left knee behind the right. Widening the feet apart, keeping the knees connected. And coming to sit. If the knees come apart, definitely take some support. The idea is to keep the knees connected like a puzzle. And then adjusting your feet to get more sensation, deeper openings. You move the foot further away from the outer thighs, so it becomes more and more parallel to the front edge of the mat, like the pose that we just did. And then holding our ribs to keep length in the abdominal cavity. Exhaling forward to Yoga Mudrasana. As we walk the fingertips forward, they're right in front of our vision, so we can check on the spiraling of the arms. Keeping that place active, that intelligence active. And how the arms link into the shoulders. And when we move the shoulder blades down, we help pull the head of the humerus bone into the shoulder socket. So even as we're stretching forward, The actions in the upper back are crucial to keep that integration of the head of the arm bone into the shoulder socket. And then back up and coming up to change sides. Right knee behind the left, widen the feet apart. Adjust for an optimized experience and exhaling forward. And the moment the fingertips land, feel this intelligence we've been working on all class in the arms, the shoulder blades ignite. And the understanding has come faster, come deeper each time we reconnect with those actions. Journeying with them. When we adjust here in the upper arm and the eyes of the elbows turn forward, what happens to the shoulders? See how they broaden. When we move the shoulder blades down the back, see how we can feel the head of the arm bones plugging into the shoulder socket. Observe how the body instinctively feels that it's in a healthier holding action space here. The arms are supported, things are connected. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. And then coming back up, rolling back up to uncross our legs and releasing. Okay, it's now time for a light Shirshasana, where we're going to look at the spiral of the arms and the armpit action. So let's gather whatever you like to use. If you want to use a wall, come into a wall and meet for Shirshasana. Ready to start. So let's lift the arms up first and turn the palms so the eyes of the elbows are facing the sky. The upper arms are spiraling. Bend the elbows and place the hands on the shoulders and keep that spiraling action that we looked at individually in Urdhva Mukhasanas. Keep spiraling the outer arm to the inner arm. That's it. And now place the elbow tips on the floor, keeping that action. So the elbows are not widening. If we lose that spiral, the elbows are going to widen because the inner arm's gone to the outer arm. So outer arm to the inner arm, that kind of scooping in action, elbows down. And now interlocking the fingers and pressing the tips of the thumbs together. Keep that action, the outer arm to the inner arm. It's a really easy action to lose. So presence there. And now, crown of the head to the floor. Outer arm to the inner arm. And you can see how the shoulders broaden. If we go inner arm to the outer arm the incorrect way, the shoulders are going to hunch up. So keeping that action. Turning the toes under, straightening the legs. Now we have weight coming. Recreate the action, spiral of the arms. Find the shoulder blades and press them down the back towards the sky and in. The roots of the top arm bones really being sucked into the shoulder sockets as a result of the shoulder blade action. Feel that new firmness, a new type of stability at the base of the pose. And now lifting the legs and finding Shirshasana 1. Once you've stabilized, come back to the base of the pose. See what's happening in the upper arms. Are you still able to move the outer arms to the inner arms and feel the shoulders broaden? And then what happens when you move the shoulder blades
down the back and forward. You can feel the chest opening, the side ribs opening, and we can feel the solid connection of the top of the arm bones in their respective shoulder sockets. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Check that the eyeballs aren't bulging forward, that the ears aren't bulging out, that the lower jaw isn't pushing forward. Over and over again, spiraling the arms, outer arms to the inner arms. Shoulder blades going down the back, pressing in. The side ribs are lifting to the sides, broadening, lifting off the lungs. And the top of the arm bone, where it connects with the shoulder, has a firm and stable connection with the shoulder socket, with the engagement of the upper back. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Keep charging the legs up to the sky, spreading the toes, pushing between the big toe and the index toe, recreating those sensations of our early Vajrasanas where we were stretching out the toes and finding that power spot between the big toe and the index toe. Replicate that here, as if the ball of the foot was pressing against the ceiling. Shoulder blades moving down the back. Arms spiraling, just a few more breath cycles. And then slowly making our way down, watching carefully the upper arms, the shoulders, the shoulder blades as we descend. And taking Yoga Mudrasana in Vajrasana, with the arms spiraling, the palms facing up to the sky, the sides of the neck long, the face completely relaxed. Re-emerging. Shoulders back. And let's get ready for Sarvangasana. So a few more blankets, a strap, anything else you might need. Coming back to the mats. Checking that the loop of our strap is going to hold our arms in the most optimized way. So I always, first of all, line it up with my inner shoulders, and then I just put the arms through to see. Are my arms parallel, or have I gone too tight or too wide?
I think this is going to be just perfect, maybe just a few millimeters bigger. There we go. All right, here we go. Exploring the arm movements we've been working with in Sarvangasana. When you're ready, lifting up, taking the strap, and placing that loop just above the elbows, interlocking the fingers, straightening the arms, and lifting each shoulder up so that you can really roll the front shoulders back and move the shoulder blades to the sky, pressing the arms down. And now, keeping the upper arms parallel and spiraling, release the interlock of the fingers. Keep spiraling the upper arms from the outside in. And now bend the elbows and place the hands on the back. Upper arm spiraling outside in. And now lifting up to Sarvangasana 1. Upper arm spiraling outside in. See how when we really get the upper arms to start that movement of spiraling outside in, it supports the rolling back of the front shoulders that we're looking for. And then try to climb the hands higher up the back towards the ground. Re-spiral the arms. And find now the shoulder blades. And move the shoulder blades towards the heels. See how sometimes one shoulder blade will move but the other stays stuck? So it's good to examine each side. So do the action on the right, as in spiraling that right upper arm from the outside in, rolling the front shoulder back and moving the right shoulder blade to the right heel. And now do the same on the left. And now do them both at the same time. Now Sarvangasana 2. So we're going to release the hands from the back and stretch the arms straight. Turn the palms up to the sky. Spiral fully. Come to the upper arms. Find that spiral. Feel the front shoulders moving back. Feel the shoulder blades being moved down, up to the sky. Over and over again. Examining each arm at a time and then trying to do the action together. And then bending the elbows, hands to the back and bringing the legs down to Halasana. Stretching the arms straight again, interlocking the fingers, the tips of the thumbs touching. Halasana. Lift each shoulder up and roll the front shoulder back, spiral the arm and press the shoulder blade up. Then on the left-hand side. Now keep spiraling the upper arms, the outside arm coming to the inside arm, the back armpit coming to the front armpit, the shoulder blades moving up towards the hips. And now let's change the interlock of the fingers and re-roll each shoulder back, engaging the upper arm and the shoulder blade. So moving the weight to the left, lifting the right shoulder up slightly, spiraling the upper arm from the outside in, the back armpit coming to the front armpit, the front shoulder rolling back, and the right shoulder blade moving towards the right buttock and pressing in. And now the same with the left. Feel how the muscles of the arms really need to wrap around the arm bone. There can be no softness there. They have to be like legs, fully engaged in order to be directionalized. There has to be contraction, softness in the throat. And now releasing the interlock, bend the elbows, and we can take the strap off the arms and slowly coming down and moving backwards. Rest the inner knees against each other so the abdomen can relax. Arms extended diagonally away, and lift each one up and re-engage those actions. So you can see more clearly on this side. I'm lifting up, rolling the front shoulder back, spiraling the upper arm from the outside in, shoulder blade moving towards the buttocks. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, pacifying exhalations. And then gently rolling over to the right and pushing ourselves back up. Moving these blankets to the side, and we're going to come and lie down on our backs for just a few final poses. Okay, having the strap handy for a Jatara Parivartanasana and a Supta Parangushtasana. So we're going to first of all bring our left leg into padmasana. And then lifting our right foot off the floor. Loop around the foot. Arms sliding down, hands holding the strap. Finding Supta Parangushtasana and Ardha Padmasana. Drawing that leg closer, closer. Closer, closer. Now with the arms stretched above us, move the shoulder blades down the back and reintegrate the head of the humerus bone into the shoulder sockets. Even though the arms are stretching away from us, keeping that integration, and see how the arms engage in a new way. Climbing the hands up the strap, seeing if you can reach the foot. And with the hands, pull down the length of that right leg so the head of the femur bone is connecting into the hip socket. Shoulder blades going down the back. Now lift the head up. See if you can touch the shin. 3 and 2 and 1. Coming out and releasing. Changing sides, right leg into Padmasana. Left leg lifting for Supta Parangushtasana in Ardha Padmasana. Sliding the hands down the strap, the arms are long, the armpits are open. And as we're pulling the foot towards us,
Keep moving the shoulder blades down the back and pressing them up, keeping that engagement, that state of healthy alertness in the upper back, so that the head of the humerus bones is being pulled into the shoulder sockets and the arms are vibrant in a new way. They're not just straight and holding the strap. There's a lot of things going on there, awakenings, feeling muscles twitch, things move in different ways, breathing, observing, letting the brain take that all in. And now climbing the hands upwards, holding the foot, and with the hands pull and pound that sensation down the length of the leg so the head of the left femur bone is being pounded with that action into the hips. Shoulder blades still going down the back, pressing up. And now lifting the head, seeing if you can touch the shin. And 2. And 1. And releasing. And coming down. Almost there. Straps around the ankles for our Jatara Parivartanasana. Tightening up the buckle right between the feet. Arms extended. Roll the shoulders back with all that implies. The spiral of the upper arms, you want to almost overroll so the palms face back. And then you can unwind the palms, but keep that vibrant spiral in the upper arms. The shoulder blades moving down the back and pressing up. Charge the legs. Okay, moving the hips to the left and bringing the legs down to the right. Keep the arms engaged, spiraling. The head of the humerus bone being pulled, sucked into the shoulder socket. The shoulder blades moving down and pressing up as we turn and rotate to the left, away from the legs. Now with your right hand, you can hold the buckle to help you to turn and twist more. And if that's not bringing enough twistingness, you can put the right hand on the outside left calf and press down and turn and rotate like we did in our Parshvakonasans. Turning, rotating, turning, rotating, turning, rotating. That's it. Keep the shoulder blades moving down the back and pressing up as we turn and rotate. And 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back up. Bending the knees and feet to the floor. Making sure we're in the middle. This pose always makes us travel. Stretching the arms, spiraling. Palms turned upwards, front shoulders back. Shoulder blades moving down and up. Feel the head of the arm bone coming into the shoulder socket, the muscles wrapping around the arm bones. And now you can just place the back of the hand on the floor without losing that. Okay, feet off the ground, legs straight, lifting the hips to buttocks to the right for Jatara Parivartanasana on the left. Keep the arms vibrant, the shoulder blades being directionalized. Turning and twisting away from the legs. Keep spiraling those arms. Keep moving the shoulder blades down the back and pressing up. Now your left hand can hold the buckle, or it's really nice to put it on the outside edge of that top calf, the right calf, and press down in order to bring more traction to the twist. Just like our Parshvakonasana. Spiraling, tractioning, turning, twisting. Keep the shoulder blades engaged, moving down and up, down and up. As we spiral and turn and twist. And then exhale, releasing. In order to come up, the arms have to stay vibrant, connected, shoulder blades in the right action. And lifting and releasing. We can take that strap off and just end with a final Dviparasutta Pavanamuktasan. Lining the inner feet up, connecting between the big toe and the index toe as we spread the toes. Lining the inner knees up, running our hands down our thighs.
and pulling the heads of each of the femur bones into the hip sockets. And then interlocking the fingers around the fronts of the knees. And lifting each shoulder up in order to find the action of the front shoulder rolling back. The upper arm spirals on the outside in order to roll the front shoulder back. And the shoulder blade moves down and up. Now let's do it on the left side. Upper arm moves out and in. Humerus bone into the shoulder socket. Shoulder blade moving down the back and up. So even though the pose to the external eye may appear passive, when we're engaging all these finer points, feel how much presence there is. Vital, alive presence. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. And then gently undoing the fingers, bringing the feet to the floor. And it's now time for Shavasana, releasing all that vitality into receiving mode and also into complete letting go of that vitality, non-attachment, having seeped in it, becoming now corpses from that state of feeling intricate aliveness into complete and utter pacification. So let's use a strap just around the outside edges of our feet. You don't want to have your feet too close together because it'll help the groins relax if they're a little further apart. So make sure the loop is wide enough for you. Rolling the legs open, the buttocks moving towards the heels. The arms diagonally away. And of course, our shoulders, the preparation. Shoulder blades moving down the back. Arms spiraling. So that even in complete restingness, there's that movement in the restingness. It's not a movement that you're making, it's in place. It's part of the natural, healthy movement of the vehicle. And then gently closing the eyelids and entering Shavasana.
And then when we can, bending the elbows and lifting the hands gently and just placing them on the lower abdomen, right over the front hip bones, right above the pubic bone. And then relifting the hands and pressing them together from the base of the palm all the way up through to the base of the fingers, up through the knuckles and up to the fingertips. And from this space, our engaged, alive humbleness, offering our prayers to the universe. Loka samastaha sukhinho bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the universe know love. May the universe know peace. And may we help all those that we come into contact with to feel the same. Om, peace, peace, peace. And finally, releasing the hands, resting them back on the lower abdomen, the eyelids gently opening, taking in the ceiling, the sky, whatever is being seen above the eyes, and also whatever is being seen on the outside, on the peripheral vision, on the lower vision, and rolling the eyeballs back, behind us vision, seeing all of that, this open focused state of seeingness, of beingness. And then releasing our feet from the straps and rolling over, coming back out. And welcome back. Our practice is complete. So the work that we looked at a lot today in our poses, this trying to get clarity of action and purposefulness and usefulness in the arms, very, very helpful in so many other areas of livingness in the vehicle. And see if you notice that when we are able to engage that, the body naturally flowers into it, actually wants to be held that way. It's releasing years and years of less optimized patterning back into a really vibrant, open, intelligent mind space that comes from this simple postural adjustment. I hope you'll let me know how you enjoyed this practice. Namaste. See you again soon.